So when Jimmy Dore came out on Sunday ahead of it and showed that Anna had sent him that message saying that, oh, you remember you said that and I didn't want to say these things and like sexual harassment and all this, I didn't want to comment yet. Although Jimmy Dore, credit to him and still credit to him, he did not dismiss it. He said that, yes, I made that joke. I made a joke that I shouldn't have made about her skirt. Go ahead.
I disagree with you there because you are right. He does say that, but he does say it with a dismissive tone. Yeah, that's all. We
Okay.
talked about this before.
But
Yeah,
at least he says that
that's my
that was wrong what he did, and he felt bad about it, about making that joke, right? And it's also important to point out when you talk about these issues, like the degree and severity of it, right? Like making a bad joke, even if it's a bad joke, is different from X, Y, and Z, and you can take it from there, right? Like robbing something small is not as bad as, robbing a bank is not as bad as X, Y, and Z. Okay. But so I didn't want to comment. I wanted to see if Anna has more things to add to that. And Anna and Cenk did their video, which I found to be like, nothing, they had nothing else to add, right? I thought maybe Anna would have some more accusations because, I mean, this one, Jimmy admitted, sure, I made a bad joke, I know. But in their video, there was nothing there. Go ahead.
They do mention there was a lot of other stuff. They don't go into details.
But they don't say anything.
There is a mention of an incident that I think in the message Anna mentions that Jimmy asked about her where she buys her
jeans,
jeans
and
or
he
something.
says that yeah.
I would say I have one positive comment to make about Cenk and Anna video I told you before. I do respect Anna for calmly saying that, okay, guys, if you don't agree with me, please don't message me or like on Twitter, write to me so much, just unsubscribe or unfollow or whatever. I respect that. I don't follow her. I don't
To an
subscribe to her
extent,
stuff.
let's
No,
say if
she
she
was very calm
stops,
and polite
yeah, but
about
let's
it.
say if
That's
she
all.
stops like saying bullshit right now about Aaron or something, sure, you can stop. But when she says bullshit
Yeah,
about
sure,
Aaron or
okay.
someone else, but yeah, let's see if
Fair enough.
starting next week they just decide to forget about it and people still go and like hammer her, maybe after a while
Because
we should
yeah,
leave her
sometimes
alone.
I went on their Twitter stuff and they put stuff about other things and it's like people
Yeah.
attacking them, and you're right, what they've done is very bad and stuff, but yeah, I just
But
yeah,
now
you're
it's
right
funny
there.
that you said that. Now they've really shot themselves in the foot. Let me tell you why. They've
Yeah,
really screwed themselves
yeah,
over
let's get
because
yeah.
Jimmy Dore, after the response that Anna and Cenk made, Jimmy Dore had already won because they didn't bring any other accusations really in detail and he had already apologized. But no, he decided to have from the gray zone on, I forgot it.
Ania,
Anya Parampil. So he had
sorry
her
for
on,
mispronounce.
and I mean, they destroyed TYT. And the fact is, if Jimmy Dore hadn't said what he did was wrong, I would have ignored these videos. But he admitted that what he did was wrong. So that was put aside. And then pointing these out that, yes, these don't excuse them. You shouldn't make that joke. But he said that joke was wrong and I'm not justifying it. But then they showed the shit that they were saying before. Now, I think TYT have really shot themselves in the foot. If they make one video about a woman, about a guy being somewhere, I can just imagine their comment section just being filled with like, you hypocrites, you talk about this. And the shit that Cenk was saying, so unnecessary, some of them. They could have still had those clickbait videos, but at the end of it, Cenk not mentioning that he wouldn't have sex with Britney Spears. I mean, just leave that alone. He's like, even I wouldn't do her. Or like, I was like, gee, I mean, they kill. I mean, Jimmy Dore and Anya
I
just
would, to be
killed
fair,
them.
let
I've never seen such a
I
one-sided beatdown.
look.
I mean, it
I don't
was
think
insane. Get out of here.
I don't think to be. I'm not. Yeah, wait. I don't think they were so necessarily bad because, to be honest, when I
No.
became big fan of
Yeah.
YouTube and stuff, I came from. I started a lot with Young Turks and all that, and their type of program was really like shock jockey and like
Yeah.
celebrity newsy tabloidy, that type of thing. And I think, to be fair, at that time that was their business model. And I think like Cenk saying those things was like planned and it was scripted, maybe to an extent some of it
Yeah.
probably
But then you don't
improvised.
have a leg to really stand on
So
to
and
say
I
that the
and
things
I
that you
think,
accusations that you
yeah, and
make
I
now
think they
though.
were mostly jokes. Yeah, again, and I do think they are mostly jokes. There is one in which they do an experiment
Yeah,
with Anna going out, and
that was so
that one, I think that, because even in universities, when you're under a social experiment, you have to
yeah.
go ask loads of people, is this ethical? Anyway, but that one, I mean, it wasn't crazy bad. Let's not get out of hand or anything,
No,
but still, it just was odd to me. But I think they were joking, and I mean, idiotic jokes, not funny. Some of them somewhat offensive. I think I'm not an expert, but if you've done those things, yeah, exactly, you
that's the whole
can't come and and you haven't like you haven't apologized for them, or you
yeah.
haven't
But
like and the way Anna in her video, like, I love our subscribers, we are here
yeah.
to build a movement,
Yeah,
and
oh, that was so
well,
funny.
okay,
We
I mean,
want
have you
fighters
seen
on our
your
side.
yeah, and the segments, I remember, yeah, exactly, I remember the segments they had besides some of the ones that Jimmy covered. And it was like about, it was like, that British guy, what's his name, I want to say Jeremy Kyle, but I'm not sure. It's more, it's like the one in America, Jerry Springer.
Oh,
Sort of these morning programs that you bring these people that the boyfriend cheated on the girlfriend with the girlfriend's cousins of the
yeah,
blood, and they attack. It was that type of program. It was, and
yeah,
fair enough. You want, you're, and not everybody's supposed to do an
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. No,
news,
exactly.
or yeah, but yeah, it was, yeah, they got the, I think, yeah, it proved how much of a hypocrite, or how much of a short, like, they don't have long memories, do they?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, the video and Anya went specifically after also John
For having
Irola.
a Venezuelan,
No,
yeah,
that
Venezuelan,
and
this,
also for
yeah.
saying there's no space for
Oh
misogyny.
yeah, yeah,
And then he's
yeah.
like, and she's like, you sit next to Jay.
But I don't think Cenk is a misogynist. I think,
No,
to be fair, he
but
was joke. I mean,
misogyny is the
it was
strict.
bad jokes and
No, this is
offensive jokes and
yeah.
stuff. But I don't think he's just an idiot. He's
Yeah, I
the
mean, he's not
frat
a
boy guy.
woman hater, but I guess it falls in the larger definition of like um
Yeah,
misogyny, I
yeah.
guess you could say. But yeah.
And, yeah, and I do. Yeah, and
But
they
man,
said,
I might
yeah,
have to
and
watch Jimmy Dore's video again. I mean, also
and by the way, I
whenever
like
they
to
do it
correct
so well,
something
like
though.
video clip after video clip ready, he has some good like producers and stuff.
I like to point out one historical thing that they sort of got wrong, and I feel is very, it's a tiny detail. But Anya says that from the history we read, it was the Young Turks that carried the genocide against the Armenians, and Anna gives cover to Cenk and all that. Armenian genocide is a bit more complex than that, and it started under the Ottomans, I believe, and then Ataturk himself was apparently against it and called it iftizah, which is a sort of a very big common word between Turkish and Persian and all that. And then, but then when after they came to power, they continued it because it became a war and all that. So it's a bit complex, and a lot of Turkish, Armenian, and Iranian diaspora, they are connected to each other, because I would assume Anna's Armenian family are probably originally from Turkey, or something. So there is all those kind of. It's not. I mean, it's a bit unfair to say
I
she,
mean,
because he has apologized for his comments on the Armenian genocide a couple of
yeah,
times.
exactly. I don't think we should
So
exactly. I think that one was a bit unfair because also us as people
he
in
has
the on the
apologized
left
for
and
that.
stuff, we have been okay with the name of the Young Turks, and because we've accepted his response, Cenk's response, that it has nothing to do with Turkey and the genocide, but that Young Turks it's a definition in English. I forgot. It apparently mean a rebel or a young rebel or something like that. He's explained why he's called the channel Young
The
Turks.
Young Turks refers to a historical group of officers that
But
committed
I
a
don't think
coup
he named
against
his
the.
channel after that, at least according to him.
Oh, I thought, okay. I mean, to be fair, I thought
Yeah,
he
look at
did,
this.
but
Look at this.
like
Sam,
under
Google.
positive
Sam.
aspects, not
No, no, no,
under.
no. Sam, listen. This is just the first thing that comes up on Google. Young Turks, member of a revolutionary party in the Ottoman Empire. So yes, but then after that it says a young person eager for radical change to the established order. So that's kind of been Cenk's excuse this whole time for this, and of course doesn't deny the Armenian genocide. So yeah, I
But he
think
just
that one,
because
put that one aside.
Young Turks' legacy is a bit complicated. I thought he just focused on the more
No,
positive because
apparently, I mean that's just
they
what he says.
yeah, all right,
Who
okay.
knows if it's
No,
true?
no.